Welcome back to the Bluechip Breakdown, Vols fans, and happy Friday to everybody. This is not going to be a long video, just a couple things that I would like to touch on. Number one, do not forget that we've got the Polynesian Bowl tonight. We've got 5 Vols in that game. It will be on NFL Network at 9 p.m. Eastern, so if you can check it out, that's a good way for you to take a look at what the future of this program looks like. And so far, everyone has been raving about all of our players. Still haven't heard a whole lot about Bennett Warren, but I do expect for him to have a pretty good performance out there tonight. And then, on to the transfer portal. Tennessee will have a visitor in Jackson Moore. We spoke about him this past week, and he's a 6'2", 300-pound defensive tackle coming from Stanford. He's going to have 3 years left to play with the Vols if he does choose us. Right now, it sounds like it is between us and Washington. He did actually visit Washington last week, and it sounds like he found out once he got on campus that the coaching staff was leaving Washington. So Tennessee's in really good shape right there. We've talked about that we need to add some depth, on the interior of the defensive line, especially moving forward for 25 and 26. He's a guy that can most definitely do that. So, we'll keep a very close eye on him. Now on to George Mack. We are expecting that he's going to be announcing early next week. Now that his school is back in session with all the snow and all that good stuff, we already pretty much know that he's coming to Tennessee. He's already kind of targeting guys in the 2025 class, trying to get them to come to Tennessee. So the writing is on the wall right there. That's really good news for Tennessee. Now, we've also talked about George Mack potentially taking a bump in his rating, going from a 5-star to a 4-star, because Juju Lewis did reclass from 2026 to 2025. For those of y'all who don't know who Juju is, he plays here in Carrollton, Georgia, and he's a stud. He's probably the best player in that 2025 class. He's a generational quarterback. Right now, he's committed to USC, but he's still kind of taking visits. Anyway, what that means for us is George Mack, could potentially take that bump down in the ratings, but he's still a very good player, okay? That does not change the fact that he's a 5-star caliber talent. So do not be discouraged if that does happen, because I think that there's a good chance that it will. Now moving on to our junior day, we do believe that it is still on for tomorrow. We've got a lot of good players that will be visiting us, or that, we are expecting to visit us. And I did post that list earlier today on the channel. If you are not subscribed, then you didn't see it, but I will go on ahead and put it up right here so that y'all can take a quick glance at some of the players that we are hoping can make it on campus tomorrow. All right, now for the last thing that we're going to be talking about today, and that's Gerald Mincey's tweets from yesterday. He posted this on Twitter saying, "Really gave my all to Tennessee. Reading all these negative comments hurts, man. Not gonna lie. Played this past season with a torn MCL and was able to help my team win a bowl game with a big smile on my face, because I did love being a volunteer, but blank, business is business." All right, and there was also this little back and forth right here that looks like it was on Instagram. Right there, that's Caleb Webb, and he's saying, at Gerald Mincey, no shot. And then if you keep on going down, you'll see that Gerald Mincey got back at him and said, "Before you talk trash with me, catch over 60 yards in a game, princess." All right, now I don't have the full context of that back and forth between Caleb Webb and Gerald Mincey, but obviously, Caleb Webb saying no shot to whatever he was saying that to struck a nerve with Gerald Mincey, and I'm proud of Caleb Webb for standing up for his team. That does show that dog that we were talking about, we wanted to see more of from him. Hopefully that will correlate to the field this fall. Now, whenever we go back and take a look at Gerald Mincey's other tweets, okay, he's talking about, he's upset at the fans for, I guess being mean to him on social media. Number one, that's not a good look. We'll touch on that here in just a minute. But then he also says that he's playing with an injury all season. And, that does kind of tell us why he wasn't playing, I guess, as consistent this past season as he did in 2022. But then, he goes on to retweet November the 2nd, which is when we're playing Kentucky. So I don't think that was a very smart move for him to do that, because he should know from playing here that we don't lose to Kentucky, okay? We are a much more talented team, and he's going to have to see some dogs on that Saturday. So now he's got a big target on his back, and I hope that he's getting ready, because he's going to be going through hell coming up on the 2nd. Now, back to what we were just kind of talking about with, him being upset at the fans, and what do I think about it? Well, I've said it several times on this channel. I don't think that it's a good look to be going to social media and talking bad about any of our former players, or really even current players. We've got to be careful with that, but I do get it, right? I understand that, Gerald Mincey did kind of leave us, or not kind of, but he did leave us and go to a rival school. Now, how do I personally feel about this? Well, I said first off, as soon as Gerald Mincey went into the portal, I was like, he's probably going to end up playing for like Kentucky or somebody like that. And lo and behold, that's where he's at. So if he would have went to Georgia or, maybe back to Florida, which probably wouldn't have happened, or Alabama, one of the schools that Tennessee has trouble beating, then I would be more upset. But I kind of feel bad for Gerald Mincey having to go up to Lexington and play out probably his final season in college, because again, man, he's going to be going through a whole lot of struggling on that team. They're just not very good. They're not ever going to be very good. They're always going to be just a very mediocre ball club. And now he's going to have to struggle with that. And he's also going to have to watch us dominate with Nico and with everyone else. He's going to see Lance Hurd playing at left tackle. He's going to see John Campbell moving over to right tackle, fully bought in. He's going to see two guys that are going to increase their draft stocks significantly. And as sad as this is to say for Gerald, doing stuff like this, man, letting people know that they are getting under your skin on social media, that's not a good look to NFL scouts, to coaches, to GMs, nobody. They're going to look at you as soft. You're going to have to deal with that once you get to the NFL. And if you can't deal with it on this college level, and if you're keeping on, jumping ship and stuff like that, it just doesn't show that you've got the toughness that you would need to play in the NFL. I'm just telling you how they're going to see it, okay? So if I was you, I would tone that down significantly. If you can't handle this type of stuff, then, maybe stay off of social media. Just get on there and post what you're going to post, and don't look at what anyone else is posting talking about you. Because again, man, all you're doing every time that you do stuff like this is you're hurting your own draft stock. And that sounds like that was the whole point of you moving from school to school to school. So that's it for this video. I hope that y'all enjoyed it. Please make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share with your friends, family, other volunteer fans. Also, consider becoming a member of this channel by clicking that join button just below this video. And we'll see y'all on the next one. Thanks. Peace.